Me and you are going to agree on one. So I'm going to save that one. I'm going to go to the Sunshine State. Where do you think I'm going?
Miami.
I'm going to go with Miami.
I wrote them down.
Stay with me here. I understand that Mario Cristobal has done some things when it comes to clock management that are not even head scratching, but outright buffoonery. However, Joe, they keep recruiting their asses off. And at some point, all that talent that they're acquiring is going to pay off. I don't 1,000% know that from a defense and offensive line perspective that they might not be one of the deepest units, not only in the ACC, they might be one of the deepest units in the entire country. Now, how does it look like with Cam Ward? Okay, he's going to have to go off. But I just don't know if I'm not sold that Miami, because of all just the outright dudes that they have, that they might not be one of those teams that sneaks into the playoff. They go 10-2, and they make a little bit of a run because they're just so freaking talented in so many different positions.
Yeah, I almost feel weird classifying this as a Cinderella team because, like, I kind of look at it as a favorite to win the ACC, and if they win the ACC, they're going to have a bye, so they probably won't really be classified in this. But if there is a team that is new to the playoff field that goes on a run and that does really well, I completely agree with you. If I remove my concerns about in-game coaching decision-making with Mario Cristobal, and that is a huge, like that's a huge thing that we need to eventually talk about when we do like a Miami preview later on. But my big thing here with them is Cam Ward comes in. He is an unbelievable talent. And then, as you specifically mentioned here, though, their offensive line and their defensive line is one of the deepest, most talented in the country. They are going to be the best offensive and defensive line units in the ACC in 2024. I'm sorry to say that, Florida State fans. I know that we've got a lot of them, but I'm going to put my stamp on that. Their 2023 recruiting classes, those guys are going to start to step on the field, are really talented. I think that Rueben Bain Jr., who exploded as a freshman, and then eventually we incorporate Jaden Wayne, who I don't believe really got much playing time. Those guys were in the same recruiting class. They both get on the field. They're going to tee off as pass rushers. And then Francis Malinois is a stud at tackle for them, who was a freshman this past year. Their roster is unbelievable. And I can't, as much as I don't really love Miami and Miami fans, I got to admit, I'm pivoting here. I really love it, and I think they could go on a playoff run if everything goes according to plan.
It's big for you because you're wearing a Catholic's shirt, okay? And there's somebody out there wearing a convict shirt. Some of you won't even get that reference, but obviously Catholics versus convicts.
Yeah.
Joe, I am a little bit weary of one thing for them that so many people are high on. That's Cam Ward.
He's very boomer bust. He's very boomer
bust. And people are like, oh, shit, Cam Ward's at Miami. Joe, we cover all of college football, not just the SEC, the Big Ten, Notre Dame. Joe, we were having serious conversations during the season last year that we kept saying Cam Ward is nothing but a turnover machine, right? Like we were constantly having that conversation. My problem in all this is if he's not, and he's just got better athletes and he's got better coaching around him, because I do think he's going to have better athletes around him, Joe, they might be something serious. The fans might actually have to get to the games a little bit earlier this time.
BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.